our technology here. Ready to rock and roll. Thank you for being here this evening. My name is Sean Newell. I'm council member over District 3, but I'm Mayor Pro Tempore tonight. We have a couple of items that we're going to get to, but first thing we wanted to get to was our pledge of allegiance. I've asked Council Member Bolton to lead us.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Council Member. Next, we have our citizen comments period. During each regular city council meeting, we allow for our citizens to come up and make a comment. We ask that you refrain from any foul language and that you are respectful of the diocese and then also the other members of our community that are in the audience. You will have 3 minutes, correct? 3 minutes for your public comment, and we will jump right into those. The first one we have is Maggie Mills. Hey, Maggie, good to see you again.
Good evening. I'm Maggie Mills from the Whitmore branch of the Salt Lake County Library. Thanks again for letting me come and tell you all about events and activities at the library this month. First of all, I want to mention our seed library. It's going really well. It's only while supplies last, and we're starting to run a little low since it is the beginning of April. So if you need seeds, you might want to hurry up and come get them and start thinking about how you can harvest seeds and bring them in so this can be a self-sustaining project. Also, we've got a puppet show this Friday at 11 and Read to a Dog, I'll mention again, on Saturday the 19th at 11, and craft supplies drop and swap Monday, April 21st through Saturday the 26th. So if you have any unused yarn or other craft supplies that you don't need, you could drop those off, and you might see something you might want to pick up and take home and give it a try. So that's all for tonight. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Next, we have Liz Maravilla.
Thank you. My name is Liz Maravilla. I am a 9-year resident of Cottonwood Heights. I have 4 kids and a spouse, and we are a ski snowboard family. We're a hiking family, and we fully expect ski traffic every winter, and we're okay with that. However, I'm attending tonight's meeting to bring your attention to an issue concerning traffic management in our community during winter snowstorms, especially when Little Cottonwood Canyon is closed for avalanche control. I would like to request the assistance of the Cottonwood Heights Police Department in managing traffic flow, particularly along Wasatch Boulevard and in the Top of the World neighborhood, that's my neighborhood, during these conditions. I live in the Top of the World neighborhood and have been experiencing significant challenges getting my children to school on time during snow days. My son's school schedule is 2 hours later than the typical start time, and he's unable to take the bus due to this. My daughter attends a school in Draper, which requires a left or south turn onto Wasatch in the morning hours. She has been late several times because we have been unsuccessful in navigating the backup of traffic. A handful of times we have had to get out of our car, knock on windows of other cars to let them know we are not trying to cut in line, we're just trying to go to school. The last snow day of March 19th, I could not get across Wasatch via Honeywood Cove to Bengal because cars were in the intersection both ways. I volunteer as an emergency preparedness precinct leader for the Top of the World neighborhood, and I'm deeply concerned about the safety of our community during these snowstorms. The inability to safely turn left or south from any part of the Top of the World neighborhood onto Wasatch is a critical concern. This poses an emergency risk, especially for residents who need to seek medical attention or for emergency vehicles who need to access our neighborhood, which could potentially jeopardize the well-being of community members. I would like to urge the Cottonwood Heights City Council to work with the police department and citizens of my neighborhood to address these issues by increasing traffic management and control during snowstorms, particularly when LCC is closed. Some potential solutions could include placing an officer at key intersections along Wasatch Boulevard, painting signs on the pavement that request drivers to not block intersections, and additionally having posted signs on the side of the road that would communicate this as well. We'll even go for sandwich boards. We'll take them down ourselves and put them up. Last year, we had a significant decrease in traffic flow problems when a police department rover vehicle was assigned to keep the intersections clear and move waiting cars to the center or side of the road to allow other cars to pass. I would like to propose that a citizens council, along with council members and perhaps even Officer Lance Bass, he and I chat, we're friendly, work together to discuss realistic solutions that will help my neighborhood. Thank you so much. I have citizen letters for council members. Is that something that I can pass out?
Yes, thank you, Liz.
How
If
do I
you
do
can
that?
hand them to Tiffany, then she'll get those to us. And thank you very much. Do we have any comments online?
We do not.
Not, okay, great. We're gonna move on to item 4.0. That's our public hearing. And the public hearing also is part of 4.1. We wanted to receive input regarding a proposed amendment budget for the 2024 fiscal year. We discussed this in our prior meeting. Do we have any comments? Seeing none, we will move on to item 5.0. This is a report from our youth council report. Scott Bracken and Mary Ann Jensen will be presenting. Ready? Who goes first? Or not who's on first, but who goes
I'm
first?
the MC. I get to do the start. We'll do a little bit at the end, and I'll introduce the star. Scott Bracken, we have just completed the 20th year of the Youth Council in Cottonwood Heights. They do a lot of really good things, but to give you an overview of what our Youth Council has done this year, I've asked our Youth City Council Mayor, Mary Ann Jensen, to do a presentation to you, and then we'll leave it open for questions afterwards.
Welcome, Mary Ann.
Thank you. My name is Mary Ann Jensen. This is my third year on the Cottonwood Heights Youth City Council, and this year I have the honor to serve as mayor. This has been a dream of mine ever since I watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs when I was 2 years old. I thought it was so cool that the mayor in this movie had a pair of big scissors, and therefore in my brain, mayors and big scissors were one thing. At age 5, I saw Mayor Cullimore at Butlerville Days, and I beelined it to him, and I tugged on his jacket, and I said, "Do you have a pair of big scissors?" Turns out he did. As the youth mayor this year, I have had the opportunity to use those big scissors at the Public Works Building ribbon cutting, which was so cool, but there's so much more to the Youth City Council than big scissors. We represent the community and help in so many ways. Some highlights this year were ushering the community production of Beauty and the Beast, volunteering in all parts of Butlerville Days, cleaning up trash on the trailhead of Timberline Drive, which I came to a city council meeting and saw that was a problem, so then instigated that with the Youth City Council. We aided with the 9/11 Day of Service by putting rocks in the planter boxes on Bengal Boulevard, and they still look so good. We got to tour the rec center, which was a goal of mine, and we went on the roof, but don't worry, we were completely safe. We ran games at the Monster Mash. We helped at the Thanksgiving 5K. We spent a day with the legislature. We had our annual dinner with the mayor. We toured the police station. And just 3 weeks ago, we went to a statewide Youth City Council conference at USU. And this was the poster that we made to represent Cottonwood Heights. And we all signed it. It was so much fun. I would love to recognize some of the Youth City Council members who are in attendance today. So if y'all could please stand. I'm so happy that all of them could come today.
Yeah.
Y'all can sit down now. Thank you. These are the youth that want to make a difference. Jackie, if you could wave. He is our treasurer, and this is his 4th year on the Youth City Council. When asked about USU, he shared a big lesson that he learned. Quote, we should learn to be comfortable with ourselves and groups. Youth City Council is a great way to find comforts in ourselves and comfort in our community. Zach, is Zach here? Zach is here, yes. He's our education officer, and this is his 4th and final year on the Youth City Council. He loves it because of all the learning opportunities and because it's a way he can serve his community. Seti Chai, if you can wave, is our service officer. This is also her 4th and final year on the Youth City Council. And I loved what she said when she asked about her experiences. She said, community makes you the person you need and want to be. And Ayrton, he's a freshman at Brighton, and this is his 1st year on the Youth City Council. And this is what he said when asked about his experiences. It gives me a place to learn about myself and to grow as a person as I learn about society and my power within it. It's where I go to help and be helped, and it's nothing short of wonderful. These youth are the future of Cottonwood Heights, and I want to assure you, Cottonwood Heights has a bright future. And when I say bright, I don't mean shiny like Mary Wicker's big scissors. I mean big as in bright, as in strong, passionate, and full of potential. Each of us have found a place to grow, lead, and serve, and that's what makes this community so special. Thank you to the City Council, our advisors, and everyone who helps support the Youth City Council. It's because of you that we've had not only a year filled with service and learning, but a year of moments who will shape us to who we will become. We're grateful for the opportunity to give back to the city that has given us so much. Thank you.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm listening here. I went through quickly before the meeting and to give you an idea of the impact that the Youth Council has. We do service, education, and social activities. I added up hours that we've spent in service and education. It was well over 500, about 539 hours. I had the 9/11 day of service wasn't on my list, so you can throw, there was a lot of work put in there beautifying the area up around Bengal and 27th. Over 200 hours in social activities with each other. 55 hours at the day of the legislature, a couple of 100 hours at the USU, and personal time I wasn't able to track on setting up things, getting things ready to go. The grand total of that is over 1,000 hours. That's this year's group, and they're not done. We will have Easter egg hunt coming up, which is always fun. A lot of time they're going, I don't know how many eggs Ann's got out there this year, but it's usually 30 or 40,000. Enjoy doing it. I think we have a lot of good, there's a lot of good kids, students, youth council members, I don't every year. I've got we're getting our new group in. Applications are due Friday. If there's anybody online that's actually listening to this, go to the website. Are there any questions from the council about what we do or comments?
I would like to make a comment as the liaison to the Youth City Council. It's been my privilege to get to know many of those seated here over the last 2 years and those that are newer just in the last year. And this is very worthwhile, as Scott Bracken has just pointed out, the numbers of hours that they contribute to the well-being of the city is substantial. And I thank them for their service. And since we are in budget time, I also am on the budget committee with Sean Newell, and I want to make sure that the city continues to take care of the needs of the Youth City Council, transporting them to events and all the things that, some other cities have a paid person to do this. And in our city, it has been out of the goodness of Scott and Ann Bracken's heart that they have put in their time. So I don't know what can be, but I think there should be full support for the future leaders of our community.
I'd like to make just a quick comment. I am just so impressed by all of you, the young folks. I can't remember your name. Orion? I ran into Orion one night speaking to a Boy Scout troop. And it just gives me as an example of the many touches that you young people have on our community and community members. And I think that is just critical to this program and to what you're doing. And I just so appreciate you. Thank you very much.
If I can make a comment as well, just want to say thanks to all of you. It takes a lot for the youth to step up and say, I want to focus on something outside of myself. It's pretty amazing that you've taken the time. I didn't do youth city council, so I'm a little envious of you all. But I'm just going to throw out there, if you've served our city, if there's things that we can do, if there's opportunities you're looking forward, please, I think with any of us, reach out. I'm sure all of us would be happy to help in any way that we can.
I could say just ditto to everything that has already been said and don't need to say it again, but I do really appreciate what you do because I look at the number of hours that somebody else would have to spend doing what you do and just so grateful. Thank you.
Great. So welcome. Next, item 6.0, we have a proclamation. This proclamation is 2025-01, recognizing Arbor Day on April 25th, 2025. And I've asked Councilmember Highland if she would read that proclamation for us.
Thank you. This is a proclamation celebrating Arbor Day. Whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, reduce heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for birds and wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, fuel for our fires, and wood for our homes, and countless other products. And whereas trees also increase urban property values, enhance the economic viability of business areas, and beautify the community. And whereas wherever they are planted, trees are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas to celebrate Arbor Day 2025, the City Council of the City of Cottonwood Heights desires to express its support for Arbor Day and the related activities planned to occur in the city, including a community tree sale event and planting of any surplus trees on city property. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the City Council of the City of Cottonwood Heights and the city managers that the city hereby recognizes Arbor Day on Friday, 25 April 2025, and urges all city residents to celebrate Arbor Day, to support efforts to protect city's trees and woodlands, and to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of the city's current and future residents. And might I also add, if you didn't know, that we have, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike Johnson, but we are now a tree city. So congratulations to Cotton Heights for that designation.
Great. Thank you, Councilmember Highland. I'll let you sign first. Next, item 7.0 are action items. We have 4 action items tonight. First action item, 7.1, is consideration of resolution 2025-19, approving and ratifying a drone show performance contract with Open Sky Productions. This is for our Butlerville days. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve resolution 2025-19.
I'll second that.
Wonderful. We have a motion from Councilmember Holton and a second from Councilmember Highland. Let's see, let's do the votes. Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Newell, yes. Councilmember Burrell.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Next, we have consideration for the 7.2, consideration for resolution 2025-20, approving a fireworks display contract with Vortex Productions for our 2025 Butlerville days. We spoke about this in our earlier meeting today and wanted to reach out for a vote from our council members.
Motion to approve resolution 2025-20.
I'll second that.
Wonderful. We have a motion from Councilmember Holton and a second from Councilmember Highland. And ready to vote. Let's see, Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
and I am a yes. Great. Okay, action item 7.3, consideration of resolution 2025-21, approving appointments to the Health in the Heights Advisory Committee. We spoke about this earlier. We have a couple of candidates that we're on, and that should be on the website for review. Can I get a motion to receive resolution 2025-21?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-21 to appoint Tammy Sumption and Isaiah DePillar. Sorry if I did mispronounce that, to the city's Health in the Heights Advisory Committee.
And I will second that.
Wonderful. We have a motion from Councilmember Highland, and we have a second from Councilmember Holton. I will set out to get the votes. Okay, Councilmember Burrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland.
Yes.
And I am a yes. Resolution 7.4, consideration of resolution 2025-22, approving a preliminary official statement concerning issuance of up to $30 million of general obligation refunding and improvement bonds and related matters. We spoke about this also in our earlier meeting this evening, and now I need a motion to receive the resolution.
Motion to approve resolution 2025-22.
I'll second.
Thank you. We have a motion from Councilmember Holton and a second from Councilmember Highland. Any questions on that resolution? Seeing none, I will take the vote. Councilmember Holton,
Yes.
Councilmember Highland,
Yes.
Councilmember Burrell,
Yes.
and I am a yes. Wonderful. Next, we have action item number 8.0. That is our consent calendar. We have a motion to accept our consent calendar.
Councilmember Burrell, did you have any corrections to the minutes?
Yes, I did have some corrections to the minutes. I don't know if they have been received yet. They were for the March 4th. Yeah. So I don't know whether the council needs to review the revised before we can.
Yeah, we'll have to
Approve.
table that until we get a revised version of that. So,
Do you need a motion to table?
yeah,
Or-
we need a motion to table it.
I'll motion to table it until our next council meeting.
I'll second.
Wonderful. We have a motion to table a consent calendar until the next council meeting by Councilmember Holton and second by Councilmember Highland. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. We'll table that item. Next is item 8.0 to adjourn this business meeting.
Any motion to adjourn?
And get a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. We are adjourned, folks, and have a great evening.